Listen, y'all know that I'm proficient in stock investing. You know, I've been helping y'all make money in the market for mad long, helping y'all make money in business, but I have never bought real estate. And I want to get into it. I'm ready to diversify my portfolio. So my boy, Jeremy Hayes, one of my best friends, right? He was telling me about this guy who's like a master of a certain kind of real estate investing, Section 8 real estate investing. So I started looking this guy up online. This motherfucker's flexing on me, right? Like, you know, listen, I'm out here balling. You see in this shit, you know, I'm buying. Every time you see me, I got like 200 fucking $500,000 worth of jewelry on and shit. Like, I'm doing very well for myself. But this motherfucker got boats and shit. I seen this motherfucker order 4 Rolls Royces at once. I never seen no shit like that outside of a rap video. You know what I'm saying? Where that's like make believe. But this motherfucker's really doing it, man. And he's doing it all off that Section 8. So without any further ado, I'd like to bring to you my new real estate mentor, Tom Cruz. Not the actor, the real estate guy. What up, man? I'm doing fantastic, man. Great to be here, man. All right, man. So listen. You got a lot of money, man. You doing really. How many Rolls Royces did? Was that 4? Right? 4?
I bought 4 Rolls Royces.
4 Rolls Royces.
That's on in 2 weeks.
And you already got the fucking McLaren.
I have a Phantom and a Dawn right now.
Oh shit!
And then also
man.
the Lambo.
Let's give this man a round of applause. Listen, you gonna need some of this, man. You gonna need you some of that, man. Put that in your pocket.
I never heard of it, but I gotta get some.
Listen, well, we developed it for you.
Oh, okay, I appreciate it.
Yes, for the ballers and shot callers, man.
There you go.
And so, how'd you start? How old were you when you started?
Real estate, I was 25, 26.
25.
Yeah, so I just graduated college a few years prior. I started wholesaling properties.
What is wholesaling?
So let's say that we find a property that's on the market. You know, it's been on there for hundreds of days or, you know, months. Let's say you're selling the property. You can't sell it. And then I would say, hey, look, you're listing it for $70,000. Let me get it for $60,000 and I can go ahead and close in like 30 days. Cash deal. So then I put the property under contract, just like I would buying it from you. And then I might say, okay, awesome. Let me go ahead, get everything closed, do my due diligence, do inspections, like everything like normal. I'm probably going to give you $300 or $400 to put it under contract, right? You're going to have to give some type of deposit to put it under contract. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is go on Facebook Marketplace, go on Craigslist, just market the hell out of the property. And I might find like someone like Alex, right? And I'll say, hey, look, man, I got this awesome property. I have it under contract at $60,000. I'll give it to you for $63,000. Right? So I would assign that contract to him for 63 grand. He'll be the end buyer at 63,000. I have it under contract at 60,000 and I make that $3,000 delta. Does that make sense?
I got it.
So I never actually buy the property.
Yeah.
So he gets a good deal because the market value is probably $70,000. So he gets a $5,000 or $7,000 discount, and I make $3 grand.
Yeah. You did the work.
So it's almost like a finder's fee, right?
Yeah, it's like a finder's fee.
So,
but I imagine for someone like you, you're so busy, you got so much money, you probably still work with these kind of people.
I buy from them now.
Yeah,
I don't wholesale.
You don't wholesale. You buy from most. That's what I meant.
So they'll come to me every week and say, hey, look, I got these 20 properties in North Carolina. I'll go look at them, and they of course have their what's called an assignment fee. That's the fee to send it over to me, and then I'll just go ahead and put them under contract and buy them.
You go to North Carolina?
No, I buy all my properties remotely.
How do you do that?
For the most part, I have a real estate agent there. I'll have a home inspector there. I'll have, whoever's necessary in order to buy those properties. And I've streamlined it. I mean, where I'm at right now, I don't even sign my own contracts. My real estate agent has my limited power of attorney. They sign the contracts for me. They send it over to my attorney. He's got my limited power of attorney to close on the property. So I'm not even going to the closings anymore at this point. But that's, a little bit further down when you trust your agent.
Let's go back to the wholesaling.
Sure.
Let's say somebody's just starting. They want to figure out how to do wholesaling.
Yeah.
How do they find these properties?
Yeah, so there's a few different ways. I use a software called Deal Machine. Deal Machine is a software that I've been using for a long time when I was doing wholesaling. And what it does is it shows you all the properties that are available. It uses basically like Zillow and it overlays all the properties, and it shows them that if they've been on the market. It shows what the after repair value, which is a really important metric because you want to know what that property will be worth after you repair it, because the end user is going to want to know that. If he goes to fix and flip that property, he needs to know what that's going to be, right? Yeah. So I use that. I also drove for dollars. I would go around to just neighborhoods in my city and just take pictures of properties that I really like, that look distressed, overgrown lawns, junk cars in the driveway, looking abandoned, because those are going to be the best fixer-uppers that you're going to be able to get the lowest price on. If I find a property that's just completely desolate, I'll go up there, hey, I'll put it under contract for 50 grand. I'll go to you and say, hey, Brandon, I have this property. I think it's probably worth $120,000 after it's all repaired and renovated and rented. And then you can, get it from me, and I might hit $10,000, $15,000 assignment fee.
Really?
Yeah, because it just depends on how much room there is, right? How rough the property is, what shape it's in. For when I started, I didn't go for those big hits, right? I wanted that little 2,000 or 3,000, get in and get out, and I would do 3 or 5 of those per month.
How long would it take you to flip the contract?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah. So then what eventually started happening, let's say that you were my buyer, right? Then after I get you the first property and you're happy, I add you to my buyer's list.
Now
after I get 3 or 4 of you guys on there, I go find a property. All I have to do is send a text. Who wants a property first? Yeah. And then it just becomes like I send pictures. I send the if it's under contract, I'll send the address so they don't go and snake it. And then it then becomes so much easier because you already have the buyers. You're basically just putting the market together.
Okay, and they probably value you at the time when you were doing that, right? Because it takes a lot of work.
It takes legwork to find the property to put under contract, and then you can get more advanced with it. I started doing Facebook ads. The We Buy Ugly Houses. Yeah, all those guys are just professional wholesaling companies, right? Yeah. So then I put those bandit signs, divorce, death, whatever. We'll buy your house, sight unseen, cash deal. And then I would put those out and then have people reach out to me. I put them under contract and then I would flip them to you.
This is interesting because the first time I heard about real estate wholesaling, I was about to hire this sales guy. He went through the whole training. Okay. And he had his last interview. One thing I asked him, I said, this used to be one of my interview questions. I stopped after this. I said, if you didn't need money, but you had to work, right, what would you do? And I don't remember what his answer was, but I do remember we offered him the job the next day, and he said, listen, man, I thought about that question you asked, man. I want to be a real estate wholesaler. I'm like, motherfucker, what is that?
That's a very random career path to be passionate about.
He said that was his fucking mission. And I kept in touch with him because he was a good kid. He was making money doing it. Oh, yeah. I don't know if he learned it from you. Maybe he did. No,
I mean, it's pretty big. There's a lot of people teaching about it and stuff like that. There's a ton of free resources online, too. Yeah. It sucks. Do not get it twisted. It's a shitty activity to do. Yeah. But it does make money, and if you have limited funds, all it takes is time.
Before you started real estate investing, how much money were you making wholesaling?
So I wholesaled for about 2 years, right out of college, and I was probably doing anywhere from $7,000 to $10,000 a month. Like I said, $2,000 to $3,000 per deal. I was trying to. My goal was 5 deals per month. Okay. And then what I did was I started reinvesting that into buying properties because my whole goal was to get out of that. It sucks going to these distressed houses. A lot of these houses are so bad they'll make you sign a waiver before you walk into it. Really? Oh yeah, they'll be having ceilings falling down because that's the whole point. You want properties that someone can flip and make money on. So it just wasn't a passive income lifestyle, and that was my whole goal.
Sometimes you got to work to get money for passive income.
It takes active income to create that passive income.
Yeah. If somebody wanted to start wholesaling, how much money do they need to be a wholesaler?
So it really depends on the seller, right? If you're motivated and desperate enough, I mean, you could probably offer them $50, or you could try doing it $0 to put under contract. But it also depends on the market, and right now interest rates are high, sellers are getting more desperate. So you might find somebody that'll just say, give me $100, give me $50, put it under contract, and they'll give you 3 weeks to close on it. And then the cool thing is, if you don't find a buyer, it doesn't matter. Just cancel the contract. You lose your $100, and that's it. You're never forced to buy that property. In every state, you can back out of a deal. Yeah. In the United States, you're never required to buy that property. I think in certain parts of Illinois and Cook County and Chicago, they have regulations for wholesaling.
But that's the only place.
That's the only place that I run into. Yeah. So I always just did it in North Carolina. So I'm not sure about other states.
Yeah, man. Yeah. All right. That's pretty dope, man. Listen, you said something just a second ago about interest rates are high, so sellers are motivated. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah. So as interest rates increase, buyers are getting more scared to be buying these properties because the payments are way higher. So sellers might just be more motivated to find creative ways of getting out of their property. So
because nobody wants to buy it.
No one wants to buy at 8% interest rate, right? Yeah. So that might keep a lot of these sellers to be more open to wholesaling or to seller financing or these other things that I'm talking about.
And that's also an advantage for the investor, the Section 8 investor too, right? Because the rents are so high and it's paid for, it's going to cover those extra interest rates.
Oh yeah. That's the best thing about Section 8 is Section 8 and the federal government has to incentivize you as the investor to accept their vouchers. Yeah. Because you're now having to deal with an inspection. Yeah, it's only an hour a year. They only do it once a year. But still, the competition is to just rent it in the open market privately and not have to do an inspection, right? Yeah. So where a regular rent on a $60,000 house might be $800, they're paying $1,200 on the same property. $1,100 on the same property. Yeah.
That's
where the
incredible.
arbitrage comes in.
Tom is going to be mentoring me. If you would like to learn this shit too, we're doing a free training the Monday after next. The link's in the description. Make sure you sign up. Tom said he's giving away $1,000 to a random person.
Oh, yeah.
Call, man. It might be you.